it's FantasyEsque and welcome back to The Sims 4 Vampire Amazon with the Salazar Coven. Before we begin, I want to say a very special welcome to my channel members. Thank you so much for your support. I appreciate it immensely. I realized the other day that Ciri Dragon, our youngest vampire in Generation 5, has not had her reading yet. I completely forgot because we bunched all of the other children together. They moved into the castle very late, and then I just did all their readings like in 2 episodes. And then Ciri came a lot later, and in between we had like birthdays, and then story stuff started happening with Soul and the demons and the soldiers. So poor little Ciri was completely out of my mind until I was looking through my notes and then I realized I did readings for all the kids except for her. Which is why in this episode we are going to start off by doing Ciri Dragon's readings. So I already have her in the Priestess Tower. I have Lady Zelda, her mother, here as well. And also I feel like Zelda's going to be caught up in some things in the next few episodes. So I wanted to go ahead and get this part of the Coven life sorted before we kind of jumped into the mire that is going to be our story. So let's get going. I have a pen and a notepad so that I can note these down for myself, because sometimes I have to get so many videos done in a day that I might say I have to edit something in this video, but then I forget. Like, I think in the first video I did for the twins, the dragon twins, I had like the signs edited into the video so you guys could like see. And then I said I would do it the second time around, and I think I forgot for Aphrodite and Yuki, which was my bad because, to be fair, that first episode, so the readings where the episodes where I did the Galaxia and Sephirah's readings, that episode and the episode after happened like months and months apart, so I said something months ago and I completely forgot. This time around though, fingers crossed that won't happen. I will actually note down what needs to be noted down. But okay, let's just dive into it. Oh my goodness, look how pretty it looks outside in our wintry scene. Ah, gorgeous, gorgeous. But okay, I need our lovely Ciri to sit down. Her mother's, wait, before I get her mother to sit down, I don't know if she has the stuff that we need her to have. Oh, look at that! We have one straggling berry back there. Hold on a second. Give me that museberry. Also, I don't know how her garden is doing, and I honestly don't know if it's been giving us any berries or any fruit. I don't see anything. So we're gonna have to somehow acquire new berries because we don't seem to have the berries needed. Although, if Ciri is the last one to require a reading, I don't think we'll need a berry anytime soon. So I think we're pretty good to go. Okay, you sit down. Both of you sit. And then I'm going to get Zelda to eat her berry, and then we'll get this going. I'm excited to see what she's going to get, what kind of kid she's going to be. I mean, the future she's going to have, really. She's an outgoing kid. But I wonder what kind of future she's going to have. She has adapted to castle life a lot better than we thought. Especially with the adults. I'm not entirely sure if she's gelling that well with the youngsters, like the girls in her generation, but I know she's getting along very well with the alchemist and the adults, so that's awesome. But what's her future going to be like? This is something we're always curious about. Another thing I'm noticing with this mirror is that I guess the kids, like, you can see yourself in the mirror until you become a teen. So babies can't move in The Sims 4, but toddlers and kids can see themselves in the mirror until they become a teen, and then they become invisible. Because that's when their vampiric side comes out, or their powers start manifesting, so that's kind of interesting. But okay. Have you had your berries? Yes, she has. So let's get started. We are going to talk about dreams, and then, as usual, we're going to be looking not at Ciri, actually. We need to be looking at Zelda's thought bubbles to see the first 3 signs she gets. And I'm going to be... Oh, that was the first sign. Not a good sign, but we have Ghost. I'm going to note this down. And I'm also going to be pausing so I can do that. But, okay, we have Ghost. Ghost. I hope she doesn't die. I hope nobody else dies. I definitely don't want them to. Okay, so our first sign is ghost. I don't remember if any of the others got ghost as a sign. It's kind of concerning. In the past, though, sun has been like a deadly sign. Okay, what is this? Vehicle. I'm gonna say travel because we don't have cars and vehicles. So I'm gonna say travel. So we have ghost, travel. I think we've used plane as travel as well in the past. This is kind of scary. Traveling ghosts, perhaps? Going into the void, maybe? We'll ignore the thought bubble that Ciri just had because we're focusing on the priestess, what the priestess is seeing, the visions she's getting, and books. Okay. Now, books could mean anything. It could be education, it could be her schooling, it could be the academy. I want to stick with books though. And then you guys can interpret however you want. So Ciri's signs were ghost, travel, and books. So guys, you go ahead down in the comment section, tell me what your predictions are for Ciri's future. These signs, they're going to come into play in the next season when we start thinking of stories or coming up with stories with these vampires. Typically, that's how we do things. We get the priestess to do their readings, show their signs, and then we try and, like you guys predict, and then based on your predictions, I try and come up with stories that tie into whatever's already happening in the game. So they kind of influence our stories, these predictions. Okay, well, that's kind of scary, but who knows? Maybe she's gonna discover something about ghosts, how ghosts travel between realms, something like that. Maybe she's gonna harness some sort of power. Maybe she's gonna experience something and then record it down in history. I don't know. There's so many things that could happen with those signs. But okay, we have that all done and squared away. I need to get. Actually, Ciri, this is what I'm going to do. I know this is a little bit cheaty, but I typically just teleport the kids in and out of the priestess quarters because, and I'm probably going to get Zelda to, like, she can teleport though. Zelda can just, her wellness skill is so high, she can just teleport herself out. So I'll do that, just because otherwise, they're stuck in there. I don't know what's up with the tower, but something in the tower makes it so that they just struggle to go where they need to. Okay. There we go. There we go. Right. Well, now that we have that squared away, I can get autonomy back on, and I will start moving our ladies around. Now, Zelda, I really, really, really want you to tend to this. She has not tended to her plants in a long, long time. Let's just see if we can tend to whatever is left alive, which, to be honest, is not much. She needs to take care of this more, but she's neglected her garden quite a bit, not gonna lie. The other thing I wanted to work on, Ciri should be able to cater to her own like needs and stuff at this point. The other thing I want to work on is the potion for, oh my goodness, honeys, why are you stuck out here? Oh, my fault. My fault, because I turned autonomy off and I just moved them in. So obviously they're going to be outside. But before they kind of burn to a crisp and die. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Okay, hold on. Hold on. Yikes. Don't tell me my twins are dying in the 3rd degree. Holy cow. Oh my goodness. Okay. I moved them in. They've been standing outside. I normally always move my Sims inside before I turn autonomy on. Off. And I completely forgot because I was so focused on Ciri's reading that I almost killed her older sisters. Okay. Okay. Please be able to get inside. I've got the game paused though. Hopefully they don't die. Hopefully they don't die, but let's just appreciate them out in the sun, okay guys? Let's just appreciate them. Look at how gorgeous the twins look. Galaxia looks so just delicious, can I say? In like her new young adult makeover self, her immortal self. Look at that. She looks lovely. These two sisters, they look like yin and yang to me. Don't they? They look like opposites, and I love it. But she has kept more of the natural brown she had, but it's a shade darker than what she used to have because she still wanted to change. It's customary for the vampires to like color their hair when they come of age. So she went ahead and did that. But then she's got like lighter outfits. A lot of her outfits are in this beige kind of color. Let's see. It's like golds, beige, blacks, whites. So those are kind of the colors that she's going for. And then we have Sephirah. Sephirah has decided to get black roots, go blonde with her hair. And I don't know what this is. There's like a pot that's like glitching. Or is that snow? Maybe that's like a flare. I can't tell. Something's weird. Something weird is happening, but we're gonna ignore that for now. She has this lovely black dress on. Now, her outfits are in this like pinkish red and black theme. And then she's got like platinum blonde hair. And I just love the combo. She looks so pretty. And if we look at her outfits, hold on. Let me just see really quickly what we've got going on here. Look at that. So she's got a lot of those blacks. I think a few places she might have that that red, the dark red going on. So there we go. Those are her outfits, but gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. Now, I need to move these two inside. I need to stop freaking out, and I also need to sort out a potion that one of you lovelies, one of my channel members, has claimed for the month of November, I think. So let's go ahead and get this sorted. We need to hope that they can get inside without dying. So I'm gonna hit this on pause. Galaxia is moving. Sephirah, now's not the time. No. Sephirah, go inside. Go inside, Sephirah. Sephirah, go inside. Thank you. Thank you. I don't know. See, the thing is, even when they're outside, they usually just take out their umbrellas. So I thought they would take out the umbrella and we would be fine. They almost died. Okay, that was a near-death experience. I wonder if Ciri's sign had something to do with the ghost of her sisters. Okay. Well, you two. Can we meditate? We need to meditate. Now's not the time to do training requesting. We need to meditate because you need to get some of that up. Okay. So I think it was Aaron, one of my channel members, who claimed a potion of Nimble Mind for either Galaxia or Sephirah, and they wanted me to randomize it. So I have my dice here. I am going to roll the dice. If we get a 1 or a 4, it's going to be Sephirah. If we get any other number, it's going to be Galaxia, just because Galaxia is older, and I have a preference to give the older Sims like the first pick on things, so Galaxia has like more of a chance than Sephirah. Okay, here we go. Actually, no. Is that how I want to do it? This is how I'll do it. We'll start off with Galaxia. If it's a 1 or a 4, then we move on to Sephirah. Yeah. Yeah, that's what we'll do. If it's any other number, Galaxia gets the potion. If it's a 1 or a 4, then we roll again for Sephirah. That's what I'm gonna do. Okay, it's a 5. So Galaxia gets the potion of Nimble Mind. I'm sorry if that was confusing. I will clarify in the comments if I have to. So Galaxia, I need to get you a potion of Nimble Mind. I think we should have it somewhere here. We have a ton of potions. I'm sure we have a potion of Nimble Mind somewhere. Questionable contents. I think it's a green potion. Let's see. Questionable contents. Let's see. I sometimes confuse it. Let's see. Nope, more questionable contents. We have a ton of questionable contents here. Maybe one of these ones? There we go, Potion of Nimble Mind. So I will get Galaxia to use this. It's gonna help increase skills. I don't know if that applies to vampiric abilities, because that would be cool if you could get your vampiric abilities up. But at least any like activity or action she's gonna do now, she's gonna get a bit of a boost. So that should help. Okay. Wow. Wow. Ciri, what are you up to, honey? Ciri is steering clear of her sister Sephirah because suddenly Sephirah does not want to be in the presence of children. She's very irritated by her younger sister, which is so sad, but hey, Ciri. Sephirah. Galaxia, on the other hand, is like fine with her younger sibling. So that's good. That's good. Now, in terms of the calendar, we have the mentorship coming up in 2 days' time, and then we have like a long break before we get to Yuki's birthday, and we get to Ciri's birthday and Aphrodite's birthday. We have the Blood Bowl, we have the Royal Studies, and Training Day, all of that. So we're gonna have just like a slew of holidays and celebrations happening next week in game. For now, though, we kind of have a bit of a lull. Just a little bit. So I think now might be a good time for us to pick up on what's going on with Soul. Okay, it's 2 a.m. and Soul has decided to go to the creature cradle with Lady Zelda so that they can visit the broodmother, Lady Rowan. Now, Soul has a reason for doing this. In Zelda's mind, this is just a normal visit because Rowan, they're acquaintances and well friends with her. They were in the youth. Even though she doesn't live with them at the castle anymore, she's still part of the inner court. So they're just visiting her. That's all, especially now that she's probably lonely. The lost child, Ciri, has moved into the castle, so there aren't any youngsters for Rowan to be with. Because of that, these two are wanting to cheer up a little bit, show some love, and oh, look at her, she's tired, she's sleeping out here, but we're gonna get Soul to wake her up so that they can have a bit of a chat, and this is right in the front of the creature cradle, by the way. So let's just start having a bit of discuss logic puzzles, and she's gonna invite Zelda to join the conversation as well. And for some reason, Zelda has become absolute strangers with Rowan, even though they grew up together. But I guess that makes a little bit of sense. They have like not interacted since she moved out, so. And I don't think, even though we try and invite Rowan to as many of the events as possible, sometimes she gets forgotten because the queen is no longer close with her acquaintances at this point, and the vampires don't necessarily talk to everyone that comes to the events. But we're over here, we're chatting, and I think Soul would have told Rowan that she's coming to visit because she has something important to talk about, but I don't think she specified what that was. And just as the ladies are getting comfortable, we're gonna have the soldiers loyal to Soul in the Salazar army start showing up. Now, they weren't told that any soldiers would be involved in this discussion or that, these guys would be invited. They have no clue, but obviously Soul has arranged this with the soldiers beforehand, and they already know what time they're supposed to come there, and it's a little bit after the vampires arrive themselves. So these guys, they're just starting to trickle in, and I think at first, with the first one, Rowan would be confused, so it's Zelda, there's another one, and then as the last two start coming in, and these, I think, are Zelda's uncles, if I'm not mistaken, I think she would start getting a little bit nervous. So now I think Zelda would start freaking out a little bit, wondering why there are soldiers over here at the creature cradle, because soldiers are never assigned to the creature cradle. They're not supposed to be at the creature cradle. they have other, jobs they're supposed to be doing, these ones in particular. So who's taking care of those posts right now? So Zelda's freaking out. Soul is calm as can be because she has a serious thing she needs to talk to both of them about, and she is just going to burst out with the revelation that there is evil at work in the army, and that their soldiers are being turned into demonic vampires. And I think Rowan's going to be taken aback because remember, Queen Wisteria and Zelda have not shared this with anyone apart from just each other, and then, Soul when she started finding out. So they obviously know this isn't going to be received well by the other vampires. Soul's revealing all of this to Rowan right now. Rowan can scarcely believe it herself, but the look on Zelda's face is kind of telling her that, oh, Soul's actually telling the truth. And look, Zelda's freaking out. She's telling Soul, what's wrong with you? What do you think you're doing? What are these soldiers doing here? And Soul's going to tell her to calm down because she thinks now's the time for them to stand up against the evil queen's machinations, and she is going to revolt. She's just come out with it. She's going to revolt, and these are the soldiers that are going to help her revolt against Queen Wisteria, but she needs the help of someone important. She has everything she needs. She's got the motivation, she's got the people, and the willpower, but they need a mascot. They need someone to rally behind, and they also need someone who's going to take over after they manage to take down Wisteria. And Soul is proposing that person be Lady Zelda. She wants Zelda to be the new queen of the Salazar Coven and Empire. Now, this is blasphemous talk because you are talking about going against the queen. No one in the history of the Salazar vampires has talked about going against any of the queens, no matter how terrible they've been. Nobody, but largely none of the vampires really have had a problem with any of the queen's, evil directions. Soul does, though. Soul does. And I don't know how Zelda feels about this. I feel as though Zelda might laugh it off because in her mind, why would she turn against her own sister? Why would she turn against Wisteria? Yes, they have their differences, but that doesn't mean she's ready to become a traitor. And Rowan, I think, understands where Soul is coming from, and yet she seems to agree with Zelda in that her bloodline, the original Cavador, was a traitor. But since the original Cavador, every single Cavador girl that has been born has proved themselves worthy to the crown, and I don't think Rowan wants to give up on that family history and revert back to what Eleanor did, which was betray the original queen, Sheba. So that's a huge thing for her. We see a contrast in the two bloodlines at this point. Two bloodlines that are going to end in this generation. So the legacy they leave behind is going to color the entire family line, right? They're not going to have any more daughters. Rowan doesn't have any daughters. Soul doesn't have any daughters. So anything they do now is like the last act of their lines, and that is going to be how people in the future remember them despite what their ancestors have done, or maybe because of it in the case of Rowan. So Soul is ready to, put up arms and fight against the evil Queen Wisteria and stop her from turning her beloved soldiers into puppets and tools and mindless creatures. She's ready to do that because she believes that's right. That's the right thing to do, to defend the people that have been helping defend her and the other vampires. So that's what she wants to do. Rowan, on the other hand, herself, her mother, her grandmother, they've all been trying very hard to change the vampire's perception of that Cavador taint that Eleanor left behind. So they feel very strongly about being in support of whatever queen they have. And even during, I think, the time when the ambassadors tried to revolt against Wisteria, although planning something against Wisteria, Rowan actually went to the queen and stood up for the queen, kind of was her spy, and she proved herself loyal, right? So would she want to backtrack that? I don't think Rowan does. I don't think she's right here. She's right here. I don't think she does. So she's kindly going to tell Soul that no, she does not want to take part in this because destroying her family, like her family's reputation and destroying her family's memory, is too much of a burden for her to bear. She doesn't want to bear that burden, even if it is for justice. So Rowan is going to tell Soul that I'm not going to report you to the queen. I'm not going to tell the queen about your plans because I do believe what you're doing is for a good cause, but at the same time, I don't want the burden of destroying my bloodline, so I'm not going to take part in this. And even though Soul's super excited, Zelda, she's going to fail to convince Zelda to be on her side because Zelda has, you know, from a young age, she's been pitted against Wisteria, and they've been twins, like identical twins, but also as much as they work together, they've been fighting a lot of the times. And in her youth, you know, everyone wanted Zelda to be the queen, and Zelda was the one who was performing better than the heir, and all of that. But at the same time, she lost, according to vampire customs, and she has dealt with that very well. She got over it. She came into her role as priestess. She was happy in her role as priestess, and she tried to help Wisteria however and wherever she could. And that also gained her respect in the court. And I mean, she's been doing the devil experiments, like the devil magic experiments that Wisteria has been telling her to do. So obviously she doesn't have a problem with this evil side of Wisteria. So she's going to tell Soul, no. Again, I am not going to tell Wisteria what you're up to, but Zelda's gonna make it clear, I don't think your revolt is gonna succeed. I don't think you should even try because you're just gonna put yourself in danger. You're gonna put your soldiers in danger, and also Zelda has daughters in the court. She's got 3 daughters in the court. That's already given her so much standing, and also their futures are on the line. I don't think she wants to risk that by taking part in a conspiracy against the queen. So that's where she's going to leave it. That's where Rowan's going to leave it. Soul's going to have to figure something else out. If she wants to go ahead with this revolt, it's at her own peril, and also she's not going to have a figurehead at the end. Who's going to replace Wisteria if they do win because Zelda is unwilling to be that mascot for them? So we're going to have to see what Soul decides to do from here on because that part of the plan has kind of fallen through. But okay guys, with that said and done, I'm going to leave off here. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next episode. Bye bye.